Cam here from Training Tilt. Welcome to this week's episode of Endurance Coaching Business. Today I'm going to talk about some strategies for how to win against AI coaching. But before I get to that, did you know that here at Training Tilt, which is an all-in-one endurance coaching platform, we have a plan where we will take our mobile app and brand it for you and install it into the app stores under your own coaching business name. So if I was to ask a question, why would you as a coach use someone else's platform like Training Peaks where they take the lion's share of their brand equity, as in when your athletes sign into an app, they're signing into Training Peaks. Everything is about Training Peaks. There's some cursory logo or something in the web version of the app, but really your athletes are more like a customer of Training Peaks than they are of your own coaching business. So I saw this and thought that there is a bunch of coaching businesses out there that value their brand a lot more than that and would like to offer their athletes a more branded experience. So we've created our ultimate plan to do that, where you get all the same features as the Training Tilt app. You get all the new features as they come out. You get all the bug fixes as part of the monthly subscription. You don't need to worry about anything like that, but you do get your own app in the app stores with all of your own branding, and we'll work with you closely to make sure that's how you want it. So I'll put the link in the show notes to that if you're interested in having your own branded coaching app, but not have to worry about building it or managing it yourself. Then that's the Training Tilt Ultimate plan. Anyway, through the topic at hand. So I've been thinking about AI a lot, and I've been talking about a lot. I've written lots of blogs and made lots of videos, a few podcast episodes, just because it's a big thing that's happening at the moment, and there's a bunch of platforms popping up that claim to be able to coach athletes without a coach. So that's what I'm specifically going to be talking about today. That's what I'm going to be talking about competing with. I'm not suggesting that you're competing with AI itself. I don't think you should do that. I think you should embrace AI. You should use the tools that are available to give you coaching superpowers, really, because that's what's happening with AI at the moment. Anyone who's using it in a correct way can help. It's helping them do the things that they already do, but they can do them faster and better, and even maybe help them do things that they would love to do, but just don't have the time to do on their own. So then that's an extra benefit as well. So I think in my next episode, I'm going to talk about what to use AI for and what to not use it for. But for now, I just want to talk about some strategies to compete with these new AI-based coaching platforms out there that try and go straight to the athlete and skip the coach. And here at Training Tilt, we've got AI features too, but it's not AI coaching. We're not trying to coach athletes with AI. We're adding features to help coaches do things easier, faster, and better. Anyway, as a coach, I don't think you should try and compete directly against AI. So in other words, you won't beat AI coaching at its own game. So instead focus on what AI can't do well and emphasize the unique value that you bring as a coach, pretty much the human touch. So AI can crunch numbers, analyze trends, provide workout suggestions, maybe. Some of the platforms are claiming that it can build complete training plans and adjust them on the fly. I haven't seen that work very well yet. And you as a coach, most likely, if you've tried those platforms, you'd say the same thing, that it can do a good job of creating some workouts, but actually in terms of coaching and feedback and adjusting, it's not really there yet. And not sure but it does do a few things really well. So the real power of coaching comes from human insight, empathy, adaptability, and no AI can fully replicate that. But to be honest, that's not new. Coaching has always been about more than just data and prescribing workouts. It's about connection. It's about the moments you share with your athletes, the victories, the setbacks, and everything in between. So I think the future of coaching isn't about competing with AI. It's about doubling down on what AI can't do. So creating meaningful relationships, fostering trust, and building communities through, and this is a key, shared experiences. So that's what AI will never be able to do. It won't be able to share the experience with the athlete, and the athlete won't share the experience with the AI coach. So the rest of this is about promoting shared experiences and getting a competitive edge this way. Now, I've got a bunch of examples in here, and I actually used AI to come up with these examples. So that's just a demonstration of how you can use AI. I didn't come up with great examples, but I think given these examples, you'll be able to take them and then come up with better ideas, which will be tailored more to the type of athletes that you have. So you'll be best placed to actually think of the best ideas to come up with this. But hopefully these examples will help. So the first one is group challenges. So build unity through collective goals and challenges. So creating opportunities where your clients can all work towards a shared goal. So something like a virtual relay challenge, where they each contribute to a collective target. So even if that's a total number of miles for the week, or total number of minutes run, total number of laps swum, and this kind of thing helps foster a deeper sense of camaraderie. Seems a bit corny, but these things always seem a bit corny and funny, but they still have a lot of value, and people enjoy them, they have fun, and they do create this shared purpose. So this again is something far beyond what AI can offer. So like I said, this is just an example, and you can probably come up with some more interesting ideas that will resonate more specifically with your own clients. So, I mean, these can be physical challenges, but they can also be lifestyle challenges, like a 1 week nutrition cleanup, 7-day mobility streak. Maybe some of those things that athletes aren't good at, don't have good habits around. So you can also, you can create these shared experiences and build the relationships, but at the same time help athletes with their goals by creating these better habits. The second one, sharing the struggle through virtual and in-person meetups. So, in this online world, we do a lot of virtual meetups, but in-person is always better if you can swing it, if you do have a local group. But virtual, of course, you'll always be able to do them more regularly. So this can just be like a weekly Zoom call just to informal and discuss challenges, or even a in-person meetup, long ride. You can do a chat afterwards. Because the key to deep relationships is shared experiences. So a shared experience in the moment, but also sharing experiences that happened when you weren't together as a group. So there can be more important parts of a training cycle where sharing experiences is more valuable. When training starts to get really hard, you're in a big training block, people are tired, interacting with each other to understand that everyone is tired and everyone is struggling, and it's not just them. So everyone needs to just keep going, and having that sort of support can be crucial. So you can also give athletes some space to share their highs and their lows. They can learn from each other, cheer each other on. And, you can use things like a group Zwift or Velocity ride. If you haven't heard about Velocity, the links in the blog post here. It's a really cool platform that we've just integrated with, and I'll write more about that, give an example of how that works. But a coach can use that platform to not only monetize group cycling sessions, but just create that community. So you can do a live group training session, get all your athletes to come in at the same time, but the system actually also records it, and then you can make that available for your athletes who couldn't make the live one. They can do it afterwards, and then it gets the video and all of the interaction, so they can still join in and feel some of that vibe. So for these things, you can think of them more as a chance to provide training advice, prove your expertise, and they're another opportunity to let your athletes bond over the ups and downs of their own training. So when someone shares the struggle of a disappointing race result or difficult training that they're having, or celebrating a breakout performance, everyone can connect with that. And this can build a coach culture to bring your whole team closer together, which is great for retention of clients, but also they'll refer you word of mouth, that sort of thing. The next one is storytelling. So stories are really powerful, and every one of your athletes will have a story. So as a coach, highlighting these stories through newsletters or blog posts or videos, podcast episodes, interviewing your athletes, shows your clients that they are seen as valued, so the ones that you're talking about, but it also brings the community together, so that other clients, as they can witness each other's journeys or learn about each other's journeys. So, for example, you can consider telling the story of a client who overcame some big obstacle to achieve their goal, or even just sharing small moments of progress from different clients. So these stories create pride in the athlete being featured, but they also inspire your other athletes. Number 4, create a buddy system. So, this is a well-known tool to use. They use it camps, it's in school, in work situations. So, AI is great at analyzing data, but it can't look an athlete in the eye and say, "Oh, I know this is tough, but I've got your back." Well, it can say that, but it's not going to convince the athlete that it's actually thinking that. So, and you might not necessarily be able to scale yourself to be that buddy for all of your athletes. So pairing clients together, like as accountability partners, buddies, can bring that new level of connection between them without you having to do too much work around it. So they can check in on each other, provide emotional support, celebrate wins, and again, more sense of camaraderie that helps athletes engage beyond anything that they could get through an AI coach. So you want to encourage them to communicate regularly with their buddy, set up some sort of system, facilitate something, some sort of community platform where they can do that. They can do that inside Training Tool. You can set up social groups where the buddies can have their own social group, which is like a little, like a feed of communication. And they could get together and do training sessions as well, and platforms like Velocity or whatever. So you facilitate it, but then that can, they can work together and create their own relationships. So systematic and solo fits into more of a shared journey, and that also creates bonds that will last well beyond, your initial coaching plan that you give them. And this one, coach athlete adventures. I love these. It's, training camps, a race where the coach is at, plus a lot of the athletes that are all there. So this is really one of the most powerful shared experiences, an adventure that you are leading as a coach. It doesn't need to be a race or a formal event. You can organize something different, even if it's a local cycling challenge, group trail run, like I said, a big race that everyone as a group commits to, or even like a fun regular mystery workout that happens every week that no one quite knows about. So these types of adventures not only break the routine, but also allow your athletes to interact sometimes in a non-training, more relaxed setting. So if you're on camp, you can have a dinner out, that sort of thing. So, so there's if you can organize these real life adventures, whether it's virtual or in person, this can also help your athletes see each other in a new light. So, this is where lifelong friendships can happen. So, I've been on plenty of training camps, and you can make friends that will last for a lifetime. And then this also builds that deep, trusting relationship that affords with the coach and the athlete as well. Again, great for retention, great for word of mouth and referrals. So in summary, the best way to compete with these new AI platforms is to double down on the human touch. So that's your true superpower as a coach. So AI is awesome, can be useful for analysis, highlighting insights, prescribing or maybe suggesting workouts, but it will never, I don't think, replace the magic when happens when people come together. So it can't replicate the camaraderie of a shared adventure or the unspoken support of a teammate nodding alongside you in a really tough workout. Your true value as a coach lies in your ability to facilitate or create those experiences that make your athlete feel like there's part of something bigger. It's not just them and an AI coach, or even them and a group of athletes and an AI coach. So when clients know that their coach sees them, understands them, and wants to build a real connection with them, that's where the loyalty happens. And in an AI-driven world that we're heading towards, that human connection is really your unbeatable competitive advantage. So I hope that was helpful, even if it helps you think about the way you're going to approach AI moving forward. And don't forget about our ultimate plan, branded mobile apps. Get in touch if you're interested in those. I can tell you a bit more about the process, take you through a demo, show you some examples. Otherwise, I will talk to you again soon.